at times I can be misunderstood. Yeah. There'll be good days and bad days, like the preacher said it would. All I ask is you will try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. 'Cause loving me ain't easy.
What's going on, and welcome to Black King's Free Game. It's your boy King Conda, the people's champ in the building, representing for the community. And today, I got my auntie in the building. Hey, I got my auntie in the building. Hey, I got my auntie in the building. I had to put that little Wayne on it. But I am here with someone that has taught me from a young man up until now. And she is the only woman I know that I have gotten larger and she has gotten younger. Remember, I said she taught me. And she is still looking like a Cabbage Patch Kid stuck in the plastic. This is Charlene Rocker running for District 4 for the School Board of Education.
All right.
Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
Nephew.
Thank you. I think I've earned that title with as long you had to put up with me.
And a long time it's been.
Yes. Now, if y'all didn't know, when I was a young boy, I went to Midway Congregational Church, where I still reside. And since that time, I've known Miss Charlene Rocker. And through my whole education, I've known Miss Charlene Rocker. And she has always been there for the kids. I know nowadays, and I know you've experienced this, kids have a walk out the room time and they can find a teacher that they feel comfortable with. Now, we didn't really get that. We had to deal with that teacher, and then in between classes, we'd go by Miss Rocker. Man, she been getting on my nerves, Miss Rocker. I'm telling you, boop, they go to bell. All right, I'll holler back. But that was a teacher you would go to, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you get some of those things fixed, and you ain't know, like, she acting different. That's because Miss Rocker done went in on her. You feel me? She's like, hey, you see Bernard over there? Stop messing with Bernard now. If it's him, I'll handle that. But if it's you, you better watch your back. And them teachers get that act right. So if that happened, it happened. If it didn't, you'll never know, because she did it out of love. So Ms. Rocker, today I want to know, how's your week been?
My week has been fabulous. I cannot complain. Nobody wants to hear it anyway. So hey, people say I'm retired, but I'm not retired. I haven't even stopped yet. So I'm continuing to move. We
got people in here already. Oh, Patrick Underwood said, I support her. All right, Pat, we appreciate
thank you, Mr.
And that
Underwood.
is Councilman Patrick Underwood,
Councilman
Walthallville, the city of Walthallville. We got the kid in the building. Thank you, King Rosario.
It makes a difference when you got the right people on your side.
And you better believe that. You got to know that. So you said your week has been good. You couldn't complain because nobody would listen if you did, right?
That's right.
But guess what? We here to listen about you today. And go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just had to say this before you even get started, because we talked about us going to church together, but I have got to talk about me being one of your teachers and one of the people that helped to mold you the way you are today.
Ooh, Lord.
And you know what? When I found out that Mark was taller than me, probably about the 6th grade, I still never did bow down to it.
No, you didn't have to. I have respect.
But back then, we were able to treat our kids like they were part of the family.
Exactly.
And their parents understood that. So,
yes. Miss Claire Robinson says, Charlene Lewis Rocker has that awesome connection with all children. We support her in leadership, and we definitely do. Thank you, Miss Robinson.
That's my sister, my friend right there.
You better believe
Claire,
it.
Yes.
Yep, Miss Claire Robinson.
Yes.
And guys, like she said, she did have to deal with me as a student. I was a different breed, though. See, y'all are bad, but y'all are bad. I was class clown bad. I wasn't a disrespectful child. If an adult said something to me, it was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, sir, no, sir.
And he ended it with a joke.
Yes. Yes, it had to be like, because I was that type of person. Now I could get ugly with people that get ugly with me now, but never with my elders. For real, for real.
True.
You just have to eat that one. Miss Lisa Thomas, thank you for watching NAACP.
All right,
President
Miss
in the
Lisa.
building.
Yes.
Also, I have to give shots out to StizoCollection.com. StizoCollection.com is where you can get all of your Christian wear. That's StizoCollection. You see that? I learned that from Ms. Rocker in school. So go there for all your clothing needs. Don't forget to visit your boy, the People's Champ, on yourhomechamp.com. Right there, I can set your blueprint on buying your house. And guess what, folks? Coming up soon, we're about to start giving out information about money. We're going to start giving out information about how to protect your money, how to protect your family. So that's right. We're going to tell you how to build a trust, how to structure your trust, and how to make things happen for your future generations and yourself at the same time. So I need you guys to stay tuned even after this episode, because I know y'all watching because I Miss Rock on here, so I got to get it all out now. That's just how popular she is. You know it. So, Miss Rocker, let me ask you something. What in the world made you want to teach children like me?
You know, I'm not going to lie. It was not my first goal. I went to school, I thought I was going to be in business, and I thought I was going to wear a suit and carry a briefcase to work every day.
That's what you wanted to do.
That's exactly what happened. But you know what? I happened to meet a guy named Mr. Rocker.
Oh.
And we just decided we would, take things a different way. I subbed for a little while and loved it. Loved it. And it was such a connection.
Hey,
it was great, and it still is.
Quick lock in. Y'all see how that switched from I to we? That's what you call love. That's what it is.
36 years
She
worth.
fell in love with the giant. She was like, he's so tall. Tall, dark, and handsome. And then she fell in love, and it became we, and not I.
36 years ago this last month.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Also, when you made that decision, right? Because you were subbing. Where was the first school you ever subbed at? Do you remember?
Oh, I remember.
Okay.
I remember. The first school I ever subbed at was Hineshaw Elementary.
Hineshaw. Why
I know you don't remember that.
Is that the bad people
It is no longer.
That was the bad people school. Hineshaw.
You can't find it if you look for it.
It was over there by the church. Now, kind of close to Olive Field. Yeah.
Downtown Hinesville.
Wow.
Yep.
Hineshaw.
And I was scared to death.
You're not talking about HMS? Oh, okay, I was about to say, all right.
Hineshaw is even pre-HMS.
So, but Hineshaw was for the school for bad kids, wasn't it?
No, it was just a regular elementary school.
Y'all see, look, check this out. Look how I just stereotype whoever the heck that was. I said that was a school for bad kids. Look, because these kids were bad. You don't understand. They had to go somewhere, and it looked like they were all in the same district.
In the same district.
So I ain't crazy. I'm speaking facts. Now, with you teaching at such a great school and institution, what did you learn? Because you seem to have fell in love with it, though.
I'm telling you, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the kids, but it was great because the teachers surrounding you there were people that loved kids. So it was like you just had this connection.
A unit.
We would teach the kids. We would love the kids during the day. We might say a few things about them in the afternoon, but come back that next day trying to make it all work.
Yes.
Make it all work. So it was great. It was a connection, and you knew everyone around you was working for those kids.
For that same goal. The camaraderie. That's what it was. And if y'all don't understand how important camaraderie is when you're in a school full of maybe 400 to 500 students, right? And you're taking in 30 of them at a time to teach. Back in those days, those teachers had each other back.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm not trying to say anything about the current teachers, but a lot of things have changed. There's a lot of separation now, separation just because of cliques. And what you don't understand is if kids see that, kids are smart nowadays. They're talking about manipulation when they get 12 because of social media. So they'll pin you against the other teachers, say little things, and y'all don't think these kids are that smart, but they are. Because your little girl does it to daddy every day. Daddy, can I? And if she don't get it, what does she do? So you don't think they've learned to do that to teachers?
Yeah, that's the teacher burnout that you see. That's the teacher burnout. The teachers that you've got to work in unison with one another. You cannot, there's this new tendency now to put teachers at odds, to put teachers in competition. My scores, your scores, this scores. No, these are our students. These are our kids. These are all our parents, and we want to do what's right. And we kept each other in line too.
Yes.
You helped each teacher see that child.
Yes.
Hey, I had him last year. He went through this. You helped you helped the teacher see that child, and it made a difference.
And that's wild to me on why it's not. I don't know if it is or not, y'all. I'm just going off the way that the school system were working not too long ago. If y'all don't know, I've had 6 kids in the school system here in Liberty County. Get all your laughs out. I got 6, yes? Okay, y'all done? So I've had 6 kids go through the school system here in Liberty County.
He's a good papa, y'all.
Hey, I try to be. But y'all don't understand, man. Going to the school for one that might have been bad, and then the next day might have had a mishap at school. Then the next day, and you can't get upset. It's like the one that, when I get the 4th call, I'm upset about the first one, and they get all like, what? I'm tired of coming to school. Well, Daddy, this is my first time ever getting in trouble. And I'm like,
exactly.
Dang, it is your first time, but I'm tired of all y'all. So I understand that, and I think that if we took it more seriously about our kids' education, right? If we actually looked at ourselves first, right?
Right.
Are you saying, Mark, close your mouth and sit down? Yes, sir, master. I was going to do it right now. That's a difference. I didn't try to disrespect. I was a smart butt. You know what I'm saying? They might even laugh at it, but there was no way I'm going to disrespect people that are teaching me, and especially the ones that know my parents personally. That's a little bit rough.
Right. And you know what? I think that's the key too. Knowing the parents personally. I think that's that's a worthy goal.
Yes.
That's a worthy goal. To know the parents personally. And I know it's hard. It's hard with the state of education now, where you might have a 4th or 5th grade class with 30 kids in there.
Yeah.
And I'll be perfectly honest. I think if we really want to get to the root of everything, if the discipline, the connections, the improving reading and math scores, it has to be the smaller class sizes so those teachers can make it personal, can know those teachers, can know those students, can know their backgrounds, can know what's going on, can know their brothers and sisters. But when you got 30 kids and you wind up with one that can't read, guess where that teacher's going to spend her time or his time?
You're right.
But if I've got 20, 15 kids, guess what? I can really make that work. I can get to know him. And if that one time he is disrespectful, guess what? I'm going to still love that kid because the other 5 times he wasn't disrespectful.
Yeah.
And and I have to make sure I know that balance.
Yep.
So.
Yes, and you're completely right. Shouts out to Liberty County Coroner Reginald C. Martin, which will be on next week, Thursday. Mr. Pierce, he will. Martin, he'll be on I'm sorry. That's the wrong Reginald. My bad. Reggie is the attorney. Attorney Martin. I got it mixed up. My bad, Reg. But when you're saying the smaller classroom sizes, right? I can remember that. I think our classroom sizes were 20 to 25, not quite hitting 30 yet. But it was more of a connection. It really was. How do you feel that connection could be met again? I do know the smaller classroom sizes, but what can parents do?
What? There's so much that we can do, and I think it really has to be a priority with the schools. We have to know that the research is telling us that the kids need more time. They need more time with that adult. If I've got 30 kids, guess what? I'm spending 2 minutes with each kid in that hour, if that much. You know what I'm saying? So I have got to say, maybe I don't overpopulate my my board office and bring some of those folks back to the classroom, and just really take stock in who I have in that building that's not with a kid, and make sure that we have those folks, those good people in those classrooms, reducing those class sizes. And of course, just hiring folks.
Yes.
Just hiring folks. You know, Liberty County is so fortunate to be in the position of having money where it's coming from different places, Fort Stewart, various things. And we have to take advantage of that, because every system around us doesn't have that.
Yes.
Every system doesn't. And we have to make sure that we are using that money that we're getting, that extra, to support these kids that need it.
Yes. Now, as far as the support, and this is a question that I regularly hear, is, oh, Richmond Hill is so good. Richmond Hill is so great. Oh, Bryan County this. But when I talk to some of the residents, and this is allegedly, they have high ratings, but a lot of kids might not even have to do that work, because they're going to maintain that high rating, whether that kid has learned that or not. So that's what I've heard for a few people, that it's no child left behind there. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. They've got lots of other options that we don't have. They have lots of additional schools, homeschool, small micro schools that those kids move in and out of throughout. So we just don't have those options. So we're taking, in Liberty County, we're taking everybody. We're taking all of them. We don't have the private school systems that they have to move those kids in and out. So not like Bryan County is doing any better, but quite honestly, we don't need to compare ourselves to Bryan County anyway. We need to be comparing ourselves to more like counties, not like counties because of population or economics or anything like that, but like counties that I'm gonna be perfectly honest, that democratically based, that have a huge population of lots of people from different places, you know, and we need to adjust our curriculum for that.
Okay. So when we're talking about the school system in general, right? I think people do that because it's so close to us, right? And then they look at the next system over. They might not like that. So, and this place is right there in between. People are buying houses based on that. And this is what I tell folks. Look, I understand all that, but my belief is your child is who your child is. They can get extra help and everything, but if my kid wasn't doing the work, I can't say it was because the teacher didn't teach it all the time. Sometimes I can say, I never saw my child open a book or study. I never saw my child do this. And one thing we have done as parents, as we have become lazy, y'all, we got to be real with ourselves. We don't go and reinforce all that stuff because we're worried about what's going on. We worried about the lights. We worried about the shelter. We worried about the food. We worried about what we got to do tomorrow. We worried about if our work schedule, if we're going to be off this weekend so I can go chill. We're worried about all of these other things. And we think that it's the job of that teacher to actually nurture our child in the learning. And I think we're spoiled because we're used to stuff like that.
That's true. But you know, when you really think about it, and you think about those parents, a lot of those single parents don't get home till 9 or 10 o'clock.
Facts.
And it is hard, or sometimes later than that. And it is hard to come home and read for 20 minutes with your child or this and that. Or you are worried about that. So I do get that. But you know what? As a community, what we need to do is really come up with some solutions for that. So, for instance, what if we decided we want to have a pod of 4 or 5 families where when those kids get home at 4 o'clock, they get online with just one of the mothers and we read aloud or we have some things. And then the next week there's another pod. But now, guess what? I've got a close-knit community of kids because right now, you know, back in our day, your community was who lived right next door to you.
Yeah.
But now your community is just people who are online with you.
Yep.
And so those parents can form a pod, but we have to really open that avenue up for them, show them what they need to do, how it can work. You know, give some examples of how that works. Because there are some single parents truly, truly struggling. When they're getting home, those kids are already in the bed.
You see how she defending y'all? Y'all single parent. I'm talking about man and woman. Look, No. You get home late. Oh well. You need to get married. Look, I'm for real. But that tells you how much a foundation is. When you set a foundation in your household, you can live by those standards. We got to recognize this, and this is going to be a little bit off topic, but I got to get it off my chest. Listen to y'all. Listen. To all my kings and queens out there. Look, the single life is not what it is cut out to be. I know you think it is. I ain't got to worry about nobody and all that. When you start getting older, and you're like, well, wait a minute, what's going on? Hold on, why am I changing? Yeah, you changing, because we're getting older. And all of a sudden, you're like, well, wait, all these kids gone. They going off to college or moving out. And here one of them gonna have to stay with me. Yeah, men and women. We gotta start remembering that the family was our base from the beginning. And if you didn't know, you'd have heard about Black Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You hear about Black Wall Street, but guess what? You didn't learn about it in school.
Nope.
You ain't learned about it in school. Let me tell you about Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street, which is mimicking another 110 counties or cities that we created. Black Wall Street had their own doctors. They had their own banks. They had their own theaters. They had everything was theirs. Barbershops, police officers, everything, right? Mm-hmm. And the way that we did that was we had a foundation of family.
Yep.
There were other counties, Rosewood in Florida. We had Oscarville right there near Atlanta, where they flooded it, and that's what they call Lake Lanier now.
Yes.
That's why they have all those stories and ghost stories. Oh, you get pulled under the water. Listen, there is a part of history that was blocked from your mind. Black Wall Street showed the excellence because around that time, guess who had just gotten free? Mm-hmm. And not even 50 years later, you mean to tell me we're about to be king in distribution? King in distribution? Yeah, I'm still going. I'm sorry, Miss Rocky.
No, please.
I had to get it out. Look, we were on what they called a plantation. We were so-called free. We then began to take the skills that we learned and then combined it with the education that we learned ourselves. Everything we were doing ourselves. All we wanted was to be left alone. You understand? To be left alone. They did that because they felt like, well, if we leave them alone, what they gonna do? Then they started seeing, oh, wow, yeah, that's right. They did all that. I didn't have the skills. They got all the skills. So now we're putting our money where our mouth is. We start distributing. And while we're distributing, it's just like you seen on Belly, right? You riding by in your wagon, you taking your distribution that you done sold to the next county over. And Rico sitting there eating a banana talking about, I don't like this. I don't like, I'm gonna drop a dime on them. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna drop a dime on them. Mm-hmm. If we don't wake up and understand the history that it didn't teach us and just go learn it, this is what we need to start teaching at home so that our children can appreciate what they have now. Because there's really nothing stopping them. Nothing stopping us but us. Nothing is stopping us but us. But all you hear is all the bad things. I'm tired of it. Because right now we have a very good woman that is ready to help in our community, and we're going to find out a little bit more. I'm sorry about that rant, but I'm not sorry. No, right. Love you, kings and queens. But
that goes back to why compare yourself to Richmond Hill?
Yes.
We need to compare ourselves to ourselves and move beyond that.
Yes.
Because once you compare yourself to Richmond Hill, you limit yourselves. We're not like Richmond Hill. Mm-hmm. And so we don't need to limit ourselves to that.
Yes.
You know,
or use their tactics. Mm-hmm. So how long have you been in education altogether? Y'all didn't see that face. Let me try that again. So, how long have you been in education?
You know what? I just say 20 plus years. Can I start with that?
Look, she said 20 plus years.
I would go.
Look, I was a little
20 plus.
I was a little
10.
baby. Listen. And if y'all looking at this camera like I'm looking at this camera, she has not aged, y'all. Like she is the epitome of black don't brag. Like, this is wild to me. It's like I'm sitting here talking to like somebody that's in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Just Y'all don't understand. Is that your phone?
It is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. But anyways, with you being in education for
30.
20 plus years,
20 plus years.
what are some of the changes that you've seen that you absolutely love and that you were happy to see?
Oh, wow. You know what? There's a lot of things that I love. I love the fact that our county was one that embraced that technology. I mean, I'm proud of the fact that we did that. I mean, you know what? The jobs that we're training these kids for, we know we don't know what they are.
Yes.
You know, I'm very glad that we've embraced that. I want us to continue to do that. Is it an expensive venture? The thing is, you know, we get to the point where we want to hold it back from the kids, but that's impossible.
Yes.
You know, it's impossible, and we just have to realize that it really is. So I'm really happy about that. It is scary, you know, especially with what we see with AI and things like that. That's just a scary thing. We're venturing into again some unknown territory we just don't know. But we just got to do it together. And again, we've got to make sure our students, our kids, as parents, we teach them what's right, what's wrong. We talk to them often. You know, we control that technology a bit, but we just can't hold it back from them forever because they're going to need it.
Yep, they're going to need it, and they're going to find a way.
They're going to find a way.
Regardless.
But it's just teaching the right way. You know, it's just like that Bible. You know, hey, I know you're going to go out into that world, but I've got to teach you the right way using these words. Using, you know, and then from then on, hey, I can only hope.
Yes.
And I can only pray.
You're right about that. And I pray you guys are tapping that screen, liking this post, and sharing it out. I got to give a shout out to Denisha. I got to give a shout out to Mr. Martin, Mr. Reginald Martin, attorney Reginald Martin. Shout out to my wife, Antoinita. Shouts out to Marlboro Roberts, Cassandra Paisley, Miss Jocelyn, and also don't forget the folks that I already shouted out, Lisa Thomas and the sheriff. Go to yourhomechamp.com. yourhomechamp.com. Go check it out so you can see what I'm talking about. That's my website where I give you the blueprint on how to buy a house, and I take it step by step. Holla at your boy at the People's Champ at 912-532-9850. And now we're back to the show with Miss Charlene Rocker, running for school District 4 at the school board.
That's right, District 4.
All right, so on to this question here, right? Miss Rocker, you were teaching at Liberty County High School, and from there I went to college. I didn't know nothing that was going on. But when I got back, I believe you were at the school, but then you were transferring over to be a principal at Liberty Elementary. How was it being a principal? You went from teacher, principal. Oh yeah, it's levels to this, if y'all ain't know. It's levels to this. So
you know what? Let me tell you all something. I started as a sub, then I became a paraprofessional. Then I became a teacher. Okay.
Wow.
Then I became an academic specialist at Snelson Golden.
wow.
Okay. And from that, as an academic specialist, I became a curriculum coordinator at the board office. I did that for about 8 years. And my specialty was language arts, okay, and social studies. But I also was the coordinator for the gifted program, the coordinator for the foreign language program. So I did a lot of those things while I was at the board office. From there, I went to an elementary school and became assistant principal. So I kind of saw so many different things on my journey. Okay, but I tell you what, of all those positions, my favorite position was principal at Liberty Elementary School.
Hey.
When I tell you that is the best position ever.
And that the kids loved it because look, y'all, she started from the bottom, now she here. And that's the epitome of starting from the bottom. You went from sub to paraprofessional to what's that next was teacher.
Teacher.
No, academic
specialist.
Yes.
Curriculum specialist.
Curriculum specialist, then teacher, then assistant principal to principal. Look, man, you can't see. When you go out for things, the most people talk about is experience. Experience counts. It really does. Sometimes people can have experience and it might be no good. But when you see and look at someone and know that they're about that life because their record shows they're about that life, It gives them a new perspective. Because when you're somebody that doesn't even understand the school system and you just see everything that's wrong with it, right? And you don't have any idea on how to fix it. You just think it's wrong. Then you get in that position saying, watch, I'm going to change this. And then you find out, well, you can't change this because it requires this money. And all we got is this amount of money. And all this other money is obligated to this. So we cannot take money from this. And then people start learning. Then when you're out there, no, they won't do it. And I keep telling them. No, tell them the truth. Hey, look, I didn't know I wanted it to change, but they have a budget. And that's the thing that I didn't know. They had a budget. And if I knock out any of these other programs, y'all are really going to be mad.
And it is important to have that global view. And a lot of people, you know, I was saying, even if I was, say, just focusing on the technology, or just focusing on building buildings, I have to be able to have a global view to say, hey, this technology impacts maintenance and operations and all these things. And you have to have someone that can look and see how those things connect.
Yes.
If not, you're just going to be one-sided.
Exactly. And that's what we need is different views. So the principal position, you really look like you rocked that.
Oh,
Ms.
my God.
Rocker rocked that.
I love it.
My daughter would come home, Daddy, I got, what was it, stars or Panther bucks? It was something like that. But every time she got one, she was so excited. And, you know, seeing you at church from time to time, it really excited her. Oh, Daddy is my principal. She looking at, I'm like, you know, we in church. So you mean you're going to get right for your principal, but you can't get right? I tell you what, look, get right. Go ahead. So, yes, the kids loved you also.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
And look, y'all, she loved those kids, too, because, I mean, you got to understand, she was at their level.
I think we talk about my height now.
Did I make a height joke?
Yes.
Y'all see that? She just as tall as I am on this camera. Don't say anything about height.
And what you guys don't know, and I don't know if you've ever been to the studio, it is an amazing studio. I keep looking up at the ceiling because it's got these clouds in it, and I just feel like I am on. I mean, it just is an amazing studio. But while I'm sitting here, I did get a pillow to sit on because I was a little too short.
So, yes, y'all, she is sitting on a pillow, but it's giving her the proper height. She's very tall. Y'all she's taller than you think. Like when you see her in person, you'll understand how tall she is. So we'll leave it at that.
I think I loved Liberty Elementary School, but it was the kids, it was the teachers. But I mean, you know what? There are some great parents that just are ready to back whatever needs to happen. They just need to know how they can help.
Yes.
Or if they can't help in the building, you know, just different things. And we appreciate all those things. When you talk to a parent, and because I had a little bit of age of my parents, they're like, hey, Miss Rocker, but what do you think we should do? And I was like, you know what? At my age, this is what I tell you to do with that baby. You know, it might be to give them to this or to give them to this. But, you know, but usually the parents are just open to just talking out what they can do to help their kids succeed. Whether it's behavior, whether it's academics, or whether it's both.
So in that time, I know that you meet so many people, so many families. Are there any instances that, you know, you play back in your mind and it could be a good memory or even if it's a bad one, but something that you repeat, you play back in your mind like, dang, that's what it, you know, that impacted this in this way. Do you ever think about things like that? Is it a moment in time?
You know what? There are so many moments in time. The thing about that position is no day is the same. You know, a lot of people don't realize that we took children in from Gabrielle's house, and a lot of those students didn't have families, or they themselves were their families.
Yes.
And so they were a part that tugged my heart, and I always made sure I had special time for those kids.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people just don't realize the things that are going on in elementary school, because it is easy to think of just your child. It is so easy because that's your favorite thing in the world, and it needs to be.
Exactly.
You know, but there's so many other kids with needs that they don't show it on the outside. They've toughened up. They don't show it on the outside, but we're privy to have a little bit of that information, and it gives us that opportunity to provide them with something.
So if y'all aren't familiar with Gabriel House, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Gabriel's house is something like an orphanage type. So they take in children, and they're basically they're in charge of their life. They're
Almost
their
wards
legal
there.
guardian. Yeah. So, man, some of this can be hard.
Yeah, it was my pleasure to have those children in our school. It really was.
And see, that's phenomenal. That means that you're really caring about that child. You understand the experiences that they're having, and you're not taking that for granted.
Right.
And those kids notice that. They really do. It makes a difference in their lives. Now, as far as we're gonna go back. We're gonna stop right there on the principal and go back. Where did you grow up?
You know, and I'm just like
Come on with it.
my husband says it takes you so long to figure out where you grew up. I was a military brat, but
Okay.
you know what? My first day in high school was at Bradwell Institute.
Oh, okay.
My first day of high school, I was at Bradwell Institute. I came in there like a true military brat and act like I knew exactly what I was doing and how I was going to do it and everything else. I tried to give that self-assured look about myself like
Yes.
most of the military brats do.
Okay.
So I definitely know how that feels.
Yes. Yeah. From new city to new city, you can recreate yourself
Right.
too.
I sure did.
So, from high school, what was your first job? If it wasn't teaching, what was your dream at that time? What did you want to become?
Honestly, I wanted to be in business. I didn't know what kind of business it was. I went to college for business management and all these kinds of things. I was buying the suits and the briefcases because I knew that's what I was going to be. And got a job as a manager in training. And
wow.
the job I had, they sent me to train in Texas, and I just thought I was it. And they sent me back to Augusta to work in a store and train. And the first day I worked, Christmas Eve night, and it was 12:30 at night, and I said, "Hey, can I go home now?" And they're like, "No, we're just getting started." I said, "Oh no, this job is not for me."
Are they gonna hold you hostage, huh?
I said, "No, this job is not for me. Christmas Eve, I need to be home with my family."
I know that's right. Dang. But well, we see that it got you to this point.
It did. It's amazing the things that happen to make you change your mind.
Yeah.
And I just happened to walk into that subbing spot, and from there I just absolutely loved it.
Just fell in love with it. Now, let's dig back into the experience as a principal, right? Did you ever encounter people that, like, especially parents that were just going to give you a hard time and didn't believe anything you were saying? They only just believed the child.
Oh, of course, every day. That's a common thing. Again, it's so common that it's not anything that you want to take out on the parent. It's just what happens. And eventually, especially at elementary, the parent kind of realizes and starts to figure out what their child and who their child is and where they can go. And hopefully that's the case. And we know that that's our role as elementary, to kind of maybe introduce them to say, hey, your child is great, but,
Yeah, your child's great, but look,
we may not want to
hellion on wheels.
We may not want to skip him three grades yet. Let's hold off. He's smart, but he's just not quite, ready to be skipped 3 grades. Or, we do have some kids that do know how to tug on that mama string.
Yes.
And they'll say something to get that mama's attention, because they know, hey, I've got to say something way crazy get my mom off of TikTok. So I'm going to say something. Well, that teacher said, or that principal did, or that kid did, and now mom's
infuriated. You call my baby ugly?
Right.
No. No.
Yes.
My baby got hair. Okay.
Right. I tell you what, and the thing is, I thought my job was really to really talk to those parents, bring them into that classroom. I mean, I always want to have an open classroom. Hey, come on in and sit down with us in that classroom.
Yes.
And see where your child sits. So you're not imagining anything. See, look in the other children's faces. They're just as young as yours.
Yes.
They're all innocent. They're all sweet. They're all mischievous.
Yes.
Kids.
But
But they're kids. You know, and you know when you look on social media and someone's like, well, this bully this and this bully that. Usually it's, you know, quite honestly, that's one side of a story.
Facts.
And it would be nice to really get to the point where we have, again, those small classrooms, and we have those classrooms where we can bring parents in, not to sit with all the other kids, but just to see what's going on, to see how the teacher sounds, to see what the assignment looks like, to see, you know, just so they're not imagining. And that's really what happens. The parent comes in and they're imagining the worst, and it's not the worst. And if they just sat down and kind of looked, and they will say, wait a minute, I kind of get this now. I understand this now.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm not going to continue to bombard you with questions, but I have a few more. With you going for District 4, what are some of the things that you want to change? What is something about the system that's currently in place that you're looking to make a difference in?
Okay. I really think that we're at the point where we have got to make some big changes. And I know it's easy to kind of get in there and just settle and say, you know what, it'll come. We've been, when we look at what's going on with our school system, and I'm not worried about any other school system. We look at our school system and we look at what we have. We know that our kids can perform better. We know that they can read better. We know that they can behave better. We know that they can be offered better opportunities, not just local schools, but Ivy schools. We can look into those things. And so to me, we have to have bigger, we have to set our sights bigger. And like I said, stop looking at Richmond Hill, because that's not where we want to land. We're trying to land higher than that. So I think, again, there's a focus on making sure we have enough adults in that building so that our kids have a lower ratio of adult to child in that classroom. We also need to make sure that we are allowing the teachers to be the professionals that they are and give them those opportunities to plan for what they need to teach. I tell you what, it is hard going into something, I don't care what you do, if you don't have the opportunity to plan for it. You know, and so often the teachers are cheated of that. I mean, they're just honestly, they're just cheated of that from one thing or another, this training or that. And I think we really need to make sure that we truly dedicate opportunities for our teachers to work with one another. Think about any business. I don't care if you're a marketing executive, you're going to work with other marketing executives in meetings to create something. Our teachers have to have that opportunity to work with like-minded other teachers to create something, to do something. And we have just dismissed that as an unnecessary thing. But again, that has to be us looking at our central office and saying, hey, you can't bombard their time with what you feel is important, because what you see as important is not what they see as important. And they're the ones that are directly connected to those kids. So to me, those are two very, very key things that will address academic improvement and behavioral improvement. Okay. And again, still creating that community, because we want that if that student is put in a classroom with 20 kids and he's going to be in that classroom for the next 180 days, I want that teacher and that parent and those kids to know one another. Connected,
yes. King Boston is in. King Boston would normally be here. He says, King Boston tapping in, which means he says hello.
Hey, King.
And then there's somebody else on here. I think you know him. His name is Greg Lewis.
Oh, yes, that's my big little brother.
Yeah. Hey, you said that. She said big little bro. We got eyes. Anyway, with that, you know, you did specific things. You knew exactly where to attack. And I think that comes with experience. You know what the issues are because you've actually had to work through the issue. I think that's important.
I think it is too. I mean, it's nice to have, you know, another view, but we really do need someone that's got their eye on the ball. And know that we've got to push it. We can't just settle. For just being below the next county over, because that's.
You know, that competition thing, instead of just focusing in, it's almost when you watch Lean on Me, right?
Exactly.
He came into that school And well, I'm not going to use the things that I want to use, but I'm going to say he came into the school and he needed to make a change.
Right.
The school was a mess. The man went through, cleaned it up. Everybody kept telling him, "Stop it! You're
Right.
being mean. What are
Right.
you doing?" Right? Then tore up everything. He said, "I don't care. If you don't want to like it, get out. Get out." Right? I like his name.
That's
Get
good.
out. You know. So then all of a sudden, it shows you how two people can disagree. In this case, it was two men. Mm-hmm. It was Sidney Poitier and Morgan Freeman. That was, but I think his name was Mr.
I can't think of his name.
I know, right? We talking about. I know Mr. Charles' name. Put your chains on, Mr. Charles. But I forgot his name. But anyways, they were sitting in there arguing. They were arguing, and he said, "By any standard, if you don't know, I am the head in charge." Right? They had that whole argument, and you know what they said afterwards? And this is the way things are supposed to be done. He said, "Now, let's go get something to eat. I'm hungry."
That's it. That's it.
That's such
the perfect
a
example.
powerful
That's it.
moment. If people could understand, if you disagree, you disagree. But that person, you know the history you have with them. You make that one moment dictate the rest of your life. Instead of taking the moment for what it is. It's a discussion. Mm-hmm. You got heated. You got in your feelings. Oh, well. That don't mean that person don't like you or love you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with your parents. Your parents are going to get on your behind. They're going to tell you, don't do that, don't do this. You're going to be mad. And then the next day they buying you a car for graduating.
Right, right.
That's the same thing with people.
Oh, sure.
Yes, ma'am. And I want to thank you for taking the time to come on today for us to get to know you a little bit more.
I sure appreciate it. I thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun. I've never done anything like this before.
Well, I appreciate you giving me the shot. You know what I mean? I appreciate the shot. Now, before we leave, we do give people words of wisdom for.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a gift.
Look, I got a gift. I got. So, on behalf of the Black Kings Free Game, hold on, let me hold this real quick. I present to you the Black Kings Water of Life.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all start donating to your boy so I can give out gifts. Look, y'all got me up here looking bad. I ain't got no gift. But no, I thank you for your time. I thank you for trusting and wanting to be so open, you know. So at the end of the show, we do give people words of wisdom, encouragement. Is there anything you would like to say to the kings and queens today to encourage them through the weekend and the week?
Well, my words of encouragement is that, you know what, and a lot of people don't know my story. They don't know how I was a principal and then all of a sudden was not a principal. Mm-hmm. And it was a difficult time in my life when the superintendent and I had a disagreement, and just on and things that I think we probably should have been able to work out, and we were not able to. But I tell you what, all I can do is look on it and say, you know what, I've opened up my opportunities for other things.
Yes.
And, you know, that's really what you have to look at and see. You know what, I can't live my life being upset about something that could have been or would have been. I have
Thanks.
to go, I have to continue to move forward. I've always been someone that liked to climb. You know, it's just like, that's just what it is. And I'm going to continue to do that. I don't mind doing that. As a matter of fact, I'm retired, but guess what? I'm still working at a private school, working with kids because I love working with them.
You love working.
I love working with them. My husband's like, well, you don't want to. Nah, I'm getting up every day at 8 o'clock, going to a classroom, working with kids. And I truly, truly enjoy it. So, but I also know that it's something that I can offer for the community.
Yes.
It is something I can offer for the community. And I just see our community as one that does not need to follow, but lead. It is, you know, and that's for anybody out there. You don't always have to follow. Follow long enough to learn.
Yes.
But when you're ready to take that lead, go ahead. Go ahead. Jump on out there.
Wow, that's powerful. I got something to say about that. Shouts out to Miss Annie Stewart and everybody else, all the kings and queens that viewed today. This is what I got to say about that. So everybody has a discerning spirit, right? And right here, I'm looking at the excitement and joy in her eyes. I'm looking at her body language, and I see somebody that's being genuine right now. I'm not even seeing anybody with, there's no hidden agendas. Like normally people have hidden agendas. I don't see and I don't get that especially because of the history. Miss Rocker's whole life has been teaching, working with children. And even through whatever happened at the school, even with the retirement, right? She went right back to teaching. It's not like she's out there, oh, now she's a powerful mogul. Oh, Charlene Rocker. No, she's teaching, y'all. That should tell you something. That should tell you something. She's still in the profession of teaching. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for when I was a little boy and I was very mischievous and you saw the good in me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, you never thought I would turn out this way, you know, but I did.
Oh, I always knew you would do great things.
Look, see how she gave me the teacher answer. See?
The teacher answer.
But yeah, it means a lot to see you here. You've also helped train and teach my children, Ms. Rocker. Man, that's close to me. And then we attended church together, so there's another bond there. So I just thank you for being who you are. And I pray the best. I pray that all the doors that need to be opened are opened.
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. To all the kings and queens out there, do not forget SteezoCollection.com. Do not forget to go to yourhomechamp.com. And don't forget, we got Gray Wolf Trucking in the building, and what they do will be coming soon. So shouts out to all the kings and queens. Shouts out to King Azario, and big shouts out to Charlene Rocker from District 4 running for school board seat. And we're out!